is Pokemon Day, and we got tons of information about new and upcoming games and merch. I've been a Pokemon fan ever since Red and Blue were in the States, and here's all the things I'm the most excited for. Pokemon kicked off the presents today with the Pokemon Red and Blue Game Boy Jukebox. It's a nice little Game Boy looking thing, looks pretty neat. It has 45 different carts with each cart having its own song associated with it from the original Red and Blue games. Pretty neat. If you've ever seen a Tony before, it's pretty much a Tony, a tone box or whatever they're called for kids. This is the exact same type of thing. Then we went over to the 30th anniversary TCG cards that are on the way. It seems very similar to how they've done all the other anniversaries, where they're bringing back some old favorites. And it looks like they are going to bring in some new ones as well. We got a little bit of a teaser at the end of that with Mewtwo and Mew. I'm sure you won't find them anywhere. I'm sure scalpers will take them all. Then they showed off a ton of stuff with the mobile games. I'm not going to get into them. I love Pocket. You're going to get a bunch of free packs in that. There's a bunch of other stuff. It's kind of a nothing burger to me though, so I'm not really going to talk much about those. Then they showed off XD Gale of Darkness. It is confirmed to come out in March. I'm not sure why they skipped over Pokemon Coliseum. Pokemon Coliseum was the first one on the GameCube, and then it was XD Gale of Darkness. So it's kind of interesting we're skipping over that one, but I loved XD Gale of Darkness as a kid. I played through the whole thing. It was a ton of fun. I thought the shadow catching mechanic was really cool. Very excited to have that back on a console. Pokemon FireRed and LeafGreen for the Switch were also mentioned. They do have home compatibility, so if you were hoping they would have home compatibility, it is now confirmed they will have it. No time frame as to when we'll get that home compatibility, but it is confirmed to have compatibility with that. And they mentioned Pokemon Champions as well, which is kind of neat. People have been playing through the game, and they did find out that the tickets are available, so you can shiny hunt Deoxys and Ho-Oh and Lugia, I believe, in this game. So if you are looking to finally get into those hunts, you have a place to do that now on the Nintendo Switch. Then they showed off a bit of Pokemon Champions. I'm actually pretty excited for this. I'm not a big VGC person, but this did look interesting to me when it first came out. They've shown us a little bit more. They did show off the new megas that are in Legends ZA as well, like Mega Delphox. So we do know those megas are confirmed for this as well. So it'll be very interesting to see how they've got the whole game set up. It is coming out on the Switch in April, and then it'll come out on mobile sometime later this year. All right, now we're going to get into what I think the meat of the presents was. Pokemon Poketopia is the first game they showed off here. I am so excited for Poketopia. I've been talking about Poketopia for a little bit now, but we haven't really seen a whole lot from a gameplay perspective until now. We've seen like the first hour opening thing for the last couple of weeks now, but we haven't really seen a whole lot else as far as like setting or what you can do in the game. And I think saw more in this 5-minute clip than we've seen in the past year of knowing that this game existed, or however long we've known that this game has existed. They started off the trailer with a new character, DJ Rotom. I'm excited for this. The fact that we can go out and find OST tracks from the old games and just play them while we're building stuff or playing with Pokemon is so cool to me. I think this is such a neat thing to have. We also got confirmation that you can make meals in this game, which is really cool, and that those meals will give you bonuses for building and all the different moves that you have, which I think is really, really cool. So I'm excited about that aspect. Also, Chef Dente, the Greedent, looks very cute. I love that a lot. We also found out that you can bring Pokemon with you in multiplayer, which is really cool. They were showing off a little bit of the multiplayer, and then they also showed us Prop Hunt. I think I speak for everybody when that came out of left field. I don't think anyone was expecting Prop Hunt in Poketopia, but it is confirmed that you can change into objects in other people's games as well and hide from them if you want. Like Prop Hunt. It's literally Prop Hunt. If you guys have ever played Prop Hunt before on anything, you'll know it's a ton of fun. It makes sense though, right? You're a Ditto. Of course you can transform into anything, not just Pokemon. So I love this. They also showed off they built a big Ditto like you would in Minecraft, and there's also music blocks and stuff like Minecraft. They showed off a ton of different buildings and settings. The lava setting, the underground setting with the Steelix looked really cool too, and Raikou is in there for some reason. I love it. I was not sure exactly what to expect out of this, but seeing that we can also become like a Graveler and a Magnemite to see what those will help us do too, I think this game has a way wider scope than we initially thought, and that's kind of on Pokemon for not showing us much about this game. But like I said, we got more in this 5-minute clip than we've gotten for like forever. There's so much stuff to look at in this trailer. Please go check it out. It is awesome. And then, of course, the thing everyone is excited for, we are confirmed getting Pokemon Winds and Pokemon Waves as our Gen 10 games. It looks stunning. I was not sure what to expect out of this. Our characters do very much look like they're straight out of Scarlet and Violet. I'm not going to say the character models are anything too crazy, but the Pokemon are looking good. The water is stunning. They did such a good job with the scenes in a lot of these places. The lava areas are really cool. I love that Slugma had like lighting effects on it. You can see like the Duskull that they show off also has like some subtle lighting effects as well. So Pokemon having lighting effects I think is really, really cool. I'm pumped to see what that means for shiny Pokemon too. Oh, then we also got to see the new starters. They are all very cute. I like them all a lot. They're all growing on me the more I see them. Browt is probably my favorite. I like Pombon. Pombon's a close second, and the more I look at Gecqua, the less I'm a fan. At first I was like, oh, Gecqua's cool, and the more I look at it, the more I'm like, I don't know if I'm that excited about it. But the other two look really cute. Pombon better not be standing on 2 legs at the end of this, though, I swear. If Pokemon puts another fire starter that starts out as a quadrupedal and ends as a bipedal, I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose it. Pokemon Winds and Waves looks sick, but it is 2027 and they didn't give us like an exact date for when it's coming out. I'm hoping it's early 2027 rather than late 2027, but the fact that they didn't even say early or late worries me a little bit that there's a chance this comes out like holiday 2027. But I do feel like because of the time frame that they're on and how much, I think this looks like a pretty like well done product at this point. For them to show us, like, they've showed us like almost gameplay pretty much of these games. I think they're in a pretty good spot. I would be willing to bet this is going to be something that comes out early 2027. That's a pretty solid guess. If these games already look amazing. Like, I don't know if you guys remember when they teased Pokemon Legends Arceus and they kind of looked like garbage, but it was a year out still, and then it still kind of looked meh. These look finished. Well, we haven't seen Pokemon battles or we haven't seen the mechanic. Nothing that's crazy about this generation yet, but I'm telling you, we're probably getting this game early 2027. Also, you guys, the Pikachus, I think they're supposed to be like shiny, but they also look like they have tans. The tanned Pikachus was not on my bingo card. There were a lot of things on this bingo card, but Pikachu with a tan, you know, Grandpa and Grandma Pikachu greeting me at the resort with a tan, not on my list. Not on my list. I do want to talk about the leaks a little bit, so if you don't want to look into the leaks at all, then please ignore the next part. That's pretty much the end of the video, though. If you don't want to talk about the leaks, I hope you have a fantastic day. All right, so now that they've left, let's talk about the leaks a little bit. This confirms another part of the leaks if you look at the character models in this trailers. All right, so if you look at the character models, you'll see that on the backpack that they have this like, I don't know what you call it, like this weird switch looking device, I guess you could sort of call it, on the side of the backpack. If you guys remember the leaks, this confirms that this is the scooter thing that we'll be using to attach to Pokemon as the Pokemon take us through all these different terrains. I thought that was such a cool part of the leaks. I almost thought it was too good to be true. So I'm very excited now knowing that these leaks that we've seen are kind of pretty much confirmed, and that these boards that we have on these backpacks are in fact the things we use to attach to Pokemon for them to take us around and do cool stuff. I'm very excited to see how they implement this because they didn't even show it off in this trailer. Anyway, that's the Pokemon Presents. I'm sure we'll get more information on tons of other stuff throughout the rest of the year as it is their 30th anniversary, but this was a good one. I think this has been a fantastic Pokemon Day Presents. The Gen 10 trailer is just so good. They showed way more than I expected they were. I thought we were just gonna get like maybe a starter tease and that was gonna be it, but we got gameplay. We got water physics. We got underwater physics. It looks beautiful. I'm like actually surprised how good it looks. It actually looks really good. I am very excited for what is up and coming in the Pokemon world. Very excited for Poketopia next week. Make sure you guys watch out on the channel for that. And this is Clocky, clocking out. I'll see you around.